What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything you need to know about what's going on here in our country on a daily basis. In this video, we got some crazy news for you, including Republicans seeking to raise Social Security age, defend the position after massive blowback. Do you want to work longer for Social Security? Yikes. So let's jump right in. Thanks for liking this video. Here we go. Yeah, so politicians, Republicans and Democrats, one of the big things they're working on this year is the fix to Social Security after a new report came out from the Congressional Budget Office this year that said, here is a quick headline of it directly from the Congressional Budget Office. It says, in this report from the Congressional Budget Office describes its long-term projections for Social Security. One set of projections reflects a scenario in which the program continues to pay benefits as scheduled under current law, regardless of whether the program's trust funds have sufficient balances to cover those payments. If the gap between the trust fund's outlays and incomes incur, as the Congressional Budget Office is currently projecting, then the balance in the trust funds will decline to zero in 2033, only 10 years from now, and Social Security Administration will no longer be able to pay full benefits when they are due. In only 10 years. That's right. So if you've been watching my channel or seeing news in the headlines on why Congress, Republicans, and Democrats are trying to come up with ideas on how to fix Social Security, this is the reason why, or one of the reasons why. Social Security is spending more money than they're taking in. With the baby boomers retiring more and more by the day, there's a lot more people taking Social Security money than paying into it. And also the cost of living adjustments, 8.7% last year, the largest in 41 years. And the year before was 5.9%. That was actually the largest cost of living adjustment in 41 years as well. Social Security is spending more money than they're taking in. And it's a problem. Well, some Republicans are talking about cutting Social Security benefits, Medicare benefits so the government can start to be a little bit more fiscally responsible. Also, Republicans are seeking to raise Social Security age to defend, you could see the headline here, defending positions after blowback. One of the other ideas is to raise the Social Security age so you wouldn't be able to receive benefits right away, as another way to basically, bridge that gap so Social Security won't pay out as much money. Republican Representative Rick Allen of Georgia defended his position on raising the age when seniors can receive Social Security by saying people want to work longer. Wow. Now, I'll continue here with more of that in a second, but let's be honest. Nobody wants to work longer. I just don't think anybody actually wants to work longer. People have to work longer because they're forced to, because people don't have enough money because of inflation and cost of living and the cost of eggs, the cost of gasoline, the cost of everything. Remember that it's about 50-50 when people go into retirement. About 50% of Americans have no additional money at all in their retirement accounts. 401ks, IRAs, pensions at all. So about 50% of Americans retire with just Social Security. And then the other 50% of people have additional money like IRAs, 401ks, pensions, and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a big discrepancy. Okay. And it kind of goes along with Americans that you look at Americans right now, and about 2/3 of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. That's a big problem here. If you go to a financial planner, pretty much the first thing a financial planner would say is that, try to pay off your credit card debt and also try to save for retirement. Even if it's just a little bit out of each paycheck, first of all, that will reduce your taxes because that it's pre-tax money, so you actually pay less taxes. If you get a company match, they'll basically give you free money. And you just take a little bit out of each paycheck, and that actually will save, and it'll kind of multiply, and it'll kind of grow with your investment, and it'll save towards retirement, because you're either in that 50% that is saved for retirement, or you're not in the 50% that is saved for retirement. And if the company matches, it's even better, because they're basically giving you free money to do that. And it's tax-free money, so it actually reduces the taxes you're paying to the government. So it's like a win, win, win. So let me know your thoughts here. But by them saying that people want to work longer, it's just ridiculous. Nobody wants to work to almost near 70 or longer. People are forced to work longer because they need the money. They need the money. If you're wealthy beyond belief, then you either maybe you love it or something like that. I mean, but realistically, people are forced to work longer because they need the money. Advocacy group Social Security Works posted a video of Mr. Allen walking through the tunnels of the House of Representatives, where he was asked why he wants to raise the age of retirement. He said, quote, that's interesting that you asked the question, he said. People come up to me and they actually want to work longer. Let me know in the comments, do you want to work longer? Or do you have to work longer just to pay your bills, to buy food, and to pay rent? Currently, senior citizens collect Social Security and Medicare at the age of 65. But some have now proposed the idea of raising it to 67. That could be a big problem. The person him asked the question if the proposal was on the table at the moment. He said, quote, well, if people want to work longer, maybe you need an incentive to do it, Mr. Allen, Congressman Allen said. That's the way to solve every one of these problems, by the way, and actually grow wealth at the same time. That would be forcing people to work longer so they wouldn't be able to collect, apparently, Medicare and Social Security. You can see right here. By the way, Mr. Allen sits on the powerful House Energy and Commerce Committee, which deals with healthcare legislation as well, Medicare, Medicaid. Mr. Allen remarks come as the Republicans took control of the majority in the House and Representatives earlier this month and are dealing with the debt ceiling, the debt limits, and budgeting. Last week, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen sent a letter to House Speaker Kevin McCarthy warning that the United States would reach the debt limit on Thursday. The letter sets up a fight between the White House and House Republicans, as Republicans want spending cuts to coincide with a debt limit increase, while the Biden administration wants a clean debt limit increase. Plenty of Republicans have also proposed changes to the entitlement programs in the United States, including cuts to Social Security, Medicare, and its cousin program, Medicaid, which provides health care to low-income people and people with disabilities. Yeah, so as you can see, all of these things, all of these potential cuts are on the table. Kevin McCarthy actually said in a previous interview, which I showed on my channel, if you've been watching all my videos, you've seen this, about cuts to the defense of our country as well. $75 billion cuts to the military, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, $75 billion cuts to that as well. So it looks like cuts to everything is on the table. And in fact, part of the negotiations the Republicans have already outlined would be a balanced budget for the next 10 years. And we haven't had a balanced budget in like forever. And so we're very far off from having a balanced budget. Remember that back in 1990, the U.S. government had a debt of about $3 trillion. Now we have a debt of about $31 trillion. So it just goes to show you how much the debt has grown since then, whether it's a Republican president or a Democratic president. I'm not here really to pick sides. Former President Donald Trump added about $8 trillion to the debt in 4 years, just to kind of give you an idea. Of what happened with the last president. He was a Republican. Biden, we'll have to see what happens with him when his presidency is over, but it's been a very long time since we've had an actual balanced budget. Yeah, so I think it was Bill Clinton who's tried really, really hard to have a balanced budget 1 year. I think he declared that we had a balanced budget, and after all the talk at the end of the year, he said, we got a balanced budget for 1 year. And after the Congressional Budget Office said, well, we still didn't quite have a balanced budget, but it was very close. But that just goes to show you, to have it for 10 years would be very hard to do. They'd have to cut a lot of programs. So I'll keep you up to date here. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe down below to our YouTube channel. It's completely free to do so. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Click the bell icon after you subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos. And also, thanks so much for liking and sharing these videos. Here's some videos you can watch next. Here is a video about SNAP benefits that were just cut as well and will be ending next month. Watch that video if you haven't yet. And here is also a video about $1,500 checks going out to millions of Americans here. There's a lot of states and other checks going out here as well. I'll keep you up to date here on those. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.